I never really had good terms with my family, except with my brother. He was my everything. 2 years younger, but somehow always felt like a part of me. We used to share everything. I mean it, every single thing. Then, one day, everything changed. It was a normal morning, around 9 a.m. We weren't expecting anyone. I had just come back from my night shift and was sleeping. My mother was in the kitchen. My dad was away in another city for work. My sister was in her room. And then someone knocked on the door. It was my brother's friend's family. They told us. My brother and his friend had been in a car accident around 4 a.m. His friend had some fractures, but my brother, he was in a coma, a brain injury. It was during COVID. We couldn't even see him. I still remember the first time I saw him in that state. Something inside me just broke. It felt like someone stabbed a hole through my chest and left it open. And the worst part? They had tried calling me, but my phone had died that night. The guilt, the helplessness, the silence, it was unbearable. He was in a coma for 2 months, and every single minute, every breath during those 2 months, we prayed. Not just us, relatives, friends, everyone. Then, something unexplainable happened. He woke up on his birthday. Of all days, he opened his eyes on the day he was born. I still remember the way he looked at us, surprised, like he had returned from somewhere far. But he wasn't the same anymore. He didn't act like he was 20. It was like taking care of a 5-year-old again. But I was just so happy to have him back. I did everything I could to keep him happy. Played his favorite songs on big speakers, massaged his legs, made him do his exercises, sat next to him and prayed. And one day, I told him how much everyone missed him, how we used to just sit and pray in the waiting area because we weren't allowed to see him during COVID. And he smiled and opened his arms. He wanted a hug. God, that hug was everything. Everyone said he didn't listen to anyone, but he listened to me, only me. We were told he was ready for discharge multiple times, but whenever I asked him, "Do you want to come home?" he said no. Every time, no. It's like he knew he wasn't coming home. Once I even slapped him in frustration, and he called me a bitch. He couldn't even speak because of the tube in his throat. But he smiled and called me that, and still said no. Then, one night, I stayed with him at the hospital, took care of him all night, and in the morning, my mom and sister came to let me rest at home. But as soon as I stepped out, he had a cardiac arrest. He went into a coma again. This time, we knew. We started whispering to him, "It's okay. You don't have to suffer anymore. You can go." But he held on, longer than anyone I've ever known. When the doctor said he had only a few hours left, my mom begged to see him. She sat beside him, put her hand on his forehead, and whispered, "It's okay, Rishabh. "You can go now. You've suffered enough." And right then, his heartbeat went flat. He was just waiting for someone to let him go. After that day, I stopped praying, stopped believing in God, stopped living. I turned to drinking, to not caring anymore. Smiled in public, cried in silence, felt like dying every single day. Not out of weakness, but because the only thing I wanted was to be with him wherever he was. No one in my family truly understood what I was going through. They saw me fall, but didn't know how to hold me. And then something shifted. I started chanting to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I started reciting Chaupai Sahib. And one day, while doing that, I just broke down. I heard myself say, "Something is wrong with me." I spoke to my best friend, saw a psychiatrist. She said I had depression, anxiety, and the truth is, I didn't even know. Sometimes pain is so quiet, it becomes a part of you. Then my aunt offered to do an aura reading for me. I didn't believe in any of that, but I went, and something happened that I never expected. I spoke to him. My brother. Through her, I spoke to him. He told me we've had this bond from past lives, that we're connected beyond time. He said, "I'm waiting. I'll be there to welcome you. I love you. Trust." Those words healed everything. And suddenly, I wasn't alone anymore. My aunt told me he's always with me, always watching. And that's why he came, to speak to me, because of our bond. He hadn't come to anyone else, but that day, he came for me. And later, he came again. Not for me, but for my mother and my sister. To heal them. To tell them it wasn't their fault. That he had fulfilled his purpose here. That he had no regrets. That he's happy, at peace. And with him came my grandfather, who had passed away 2 years later. They both came to tell us that where they are, it's peaceful, it's joyful, and they're together. That's when everything changed. That's when I changed. Now I know this life is not all there is. There is an afterlife. There is connection. There are signs. There is a voice guiding you always. And that's why I started this channel. Not because I'm healed, but because I know how it feels to be broken. And I don't want anyone else to feel alone in that darkness. I want to be the voice I needed, the voice you might need right now. Because this isn't just a story. This is the pain behind the light you see. And maybe, just maybe, it will lead you to yours.